Hello, good morning, what's happening, what's up with it, and all of that. Um, I made a video a couple of days ago saying that Jehovah's Witnesses were cowards, not brainwashed, right? And of course, here we go with the emails and the stuff. Here we go. Look, I'm not trying to shake up anybody's world, but the truth does that, right? To further explain myself, to help you understand that I'm not trying to shake up your world, just give you understanding. Let me explain something. Social structures. If you don't know what a social structure is, America is created in social structures, right? And what's a social structure? It's the rules and standards that we have to live by in order to be successful in America, right? So let's say if you were born in the 70s, 80s, 90s, what were you told that you had to do to be successful in America? All right. You get good grades in high school, you graduate from high school, you go to college. You save money, you get married, you buy a house, have children, retire, and die. That's the social construct. It has been the social construct in America for some time now, right? So if you did those things, then you would be okay, you would be fine in America, barring that you did something to get you in trouble or you wasted money or went to jail or something like that. If you did those things, you would be fine in America. Right? That's a social construct. How did they get everybody to do it? Well, it's the program that they implemented through education, movies, television, entertainment. It is just the status quo for doing okay in America. It's a social construct, right? If you wanted to go up higher in the hierarchy, since social structures are created by a hierarchy, if you wanted to go higher in the hierarchy in America, you would need some information that the public is not privy to, right? So let's say if you did the social structure of going to college and graduating and saving money and buying a house and yada, 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 you'd be fine. But if you wanted to be more than fine, what you would have to do is you would have to go a little bit higher and get some more information, right, that the public is not privy to, like Roth IRA accounts, S&P 500 accounts, and ways to make the interest off your money continue to grow and grow and grow and make your money work for you. All right, that's not really common knowledge. To some people it might be, to most people it's not. The internet has kind of made it more common knowledge now, but it wasn't always common knowledge. But that's the social structure. All right, let's say if you were born before the 70s, if you were born in the 30s, 40s, 50s, well, what was the social structure then? The social structure was graduate from high school, work hard, make money, pay your taxes, you'll be just fine. You see how the social structure kept changing. All right, they're changing the social structure again. Well, what I want you to understand about the Jehovah's Witnesses is they also have a social structure. The social structure of the Jehovah's Witnesses is you graduate from high school, you do not go to college, you do not do anything that could make you successful outside. You dedicate all of your free time and effort and work to the organization to solidify your position in the organization. So you go auxiliary pioneer, regular pioneer, ministerial servant, elder, all the way up, right, to the governing body. What I wanted you to understand is this, is that when you say that they're brainwashed, it's like you're acting like they don't know what they're doing. We have to go to college, save money, yada, 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 all of that stuff out here to survive out here because that is the social structure. The social structure of the Jehovah's Witnesses is set up a certain way too. Now, let's say out here in America, if you did not graduate from high school, you did not go to college, you did not save money, you did not live within the confines of the social structure, you would not do well out here. Things would be messed up. You'd probably be broke and homeless and probably alone and all of that stuff, right? Because you didn't adhere to the social structure of America. Well, same thing with the Jehovah's Witnesses. It is a social structure. So when I'm saying they're not brainwashed, what I'm saying is that they have dedicated themselves to that social structure. So why they did that is because in reality, they couldn't cut it out here. Now, I was born into the Jehovah's Witnesses, as a lot of people were born into the Jehovah's Witnesses. Doesn't mean your parents were. But what they had in common is that they couldn't cut it out here. So they went into another social structure. The Jehovah's Witnesses were a man who has no ambition, no education, no nothing, doesn't know too much about anything. He would be a failure out here. He could still succeed in there if he adhered to that social structure. You get it? He could still get a wife. He could still get this and that without having any money. They'd just be poor, yada, 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 as long as he adheres to the Jehovah's Witness social structure. What I'm trying to tell you is, what we did as ex-Jehovah's Witnesses was very, very brave. You stepped away from the only social structure that you've known to try to make a success of the social structure outside, out here. Your parents couldn't do that. They're not that brave. They're cowards. Your father knows that he wouldn't make it too well out here, and your mother pretty much knows the same thing. Right out here, you would probably be alone. You'd probably be poor because you don't have no education. The things that people value you for inside the Kingdom Hall have zero value out here. So out here, you wouldn't be able to make it. So they decided to make a decision to solidify their position in the organization. Now, how do you solidify your position in the organization? You dedicate more time, more effort to the organization, which means auxiliary pioneer, regular pioneer, whatever, work for free. That is the hierarchy structure of the organization. So when I said that they're not brainwashed, I'm saying that they do not have what you had to step away and try to make it out here on their own. They know they would fail. Another way that they solidify their position in the organization is by snitching on other people in the organization. You got to remember that everything in the organization is about control and power. Everything, right? So you make yourself seem like you're a more dedicated, more worthy Jehovah's Witness by snitching on other ones, right? Simple. It's a hierarchy. It's a control factor. So at the end of the day, they sold you out to solidify their own position. Simple as that. Now, you could think that they're brainwashed if you want to, and I said that they did their own crap growing up. But nothing is more important to the Jehovah's Witnesses than looking like they are the ultimate Jehovah's Witness to the Jehovah's Witnesses that are above them. It is to solidify your position in the organization. Let's say single women in the congregation. Well, why did women go into the Jehovah's Witness? The same reason they go to church, to get married, to find a man, to have some sort of success. Well, they actually found a place where they could be prized or be given respect or be given some form of attention when they couldn't get it out here, right? So let's say if a woman never gets married, well, how does she solidify her position in the organization? Well, auxiliary pioneer, regular pioneer, and if she goes real far, real high, she can go be a traveling missionary or serve where the need is great or all of this and that. And but the ultimate goal was to become the wife of some elder or something like that. And I'm saying that there is ambition in there. It's just based on the organization. So when you say that they're brainwashed, it's like they're not. They have committed themselves to that social structure, all right? What I mean by that, them committing themselves to that social structure, they could not cut it out here. They could never make it out here. That's why they went in there. They couldn't make it out here. They are not you. They're not like you. They're not strong enough to walk away and start their life over outside of that social structure. So rather than try to do it, what they do is try to solidify their position inside of the organization, all right? Because they solidify their position inside of the organization, one of the ways they did it was to prove that they would put the Jehovah's Witnesses first before everything, including you. This is not brainwashing. This is a social structure, all right? Just like the American social structure. The ruling body politic of America is one of them, or the main one, is the Freemasons. That's the same one who started the Jehovah's Witnesses. So the hierarchy, or the triangle, where the few are responsible for the many, is started by the same type of person, the same personality type, a Satanist, Jehovah's Witness, created a social structure, right? All right. So when you say they're brainwashed, that's like saying that we don't know when something's wrong out here in America. We do know. But they keep changing the social structure, right? So now we have, you got to get the poke. That's part of the new social structure. If you don't get the poke, everywhere you go, you have to have a mask on and blah, blah, or you can't get no service. That's part of the new social structure. It's just something that comes through all forms of entertainment, movies, law, blah, blah, blah. Just change the social structure. Now look at it this way. The social structure that we were born under in America in the 70s, 80s, 90s. What if you found out that marriage no longer works? That almost 80% of marriages end up in divorce and 77% of those marriages are initiated by women. Would you continue to do the same thing? Probably, right? Why? Because if you don't get married, then you have to deal with the loneliness. Oh no, not loneliness, right? So even though you know something is broken and it's not working, you continue to do it anyway. Why? Because you're brainwashed? No, you see what's going on. But the reason you continue to do it anyway is because you cannot deal with the pain of living outside of the social structure. You understand? Are you brainwashed? No. It's that you know that there's consequences for you not living according to the social structure of America, just like they know there's consequences to not living in the social structure of the Jehovah's Witnesses. It's not brainwashed. It's that I'm not strong enough to make it out there. This is all that I have, and I'm not giving it up for you or anybody else, and I will sacrifice anything, including my own ambition, education, independence, my money. I will give it all to them, because if I don't, I cannot cut it out here. I will sacrifice anything to prove to the governing body or to the rest of the Jehovah's Witnesses that I am real, that I am a real Jehovah's Witness, so I can solidify my position in the organization, if that makes any sense. That's not brainwashed. That's a coward. That's somebody afraid of facing reality. That's somebody afraid of being alone. All of that stuff. So XJWs, give yourself more credit for how brave you are and stop taking away the accountability for what they are. It's not brainwash. You're a coward trying to solidify your position in an organization whose main goal and purpose is to have you work for free for the rest of your life. But without it, what else could they do? Come out here and be a success? Not a snowball's chance in hell. So let's stop calling it brainwash. That's why I said what I said. I'm not trying to shake up your whole world, but it's just to provide truth and shed light on some things, because we're giving people passes who don't deserve them. All right? They don't fool me. They don't fool me. You can't cut it out here. So in there is all you've got, and you're not willing to let it go for nothing, no matter how bad you know it is, no matter how wrong you've seen it be over the years, no matter what you got to sacrifice. That's what you do, just like we got to do out here. You got it? 100.